standing in a boat. Jesus is walking by. The storm is still blowing. And Peter says, Lord, if that's you, ask me to come to you. And Jesus, Jesus, I love how Jesus talks. He just said, well, come on. He wasn't like, now, Peter, you got to keep your eyes on me. You got to keep focused. This is fraught with danger, Peter. This is water. This isn't cement. Peter, this isn't dirt. Now, listen, Peter, be careful. That would be me talking to my child. Jesus talked like this. Come on. I believe today, Jesus is talking to so many of us in the very same way. In the midst of our storms, in the midst of our trials, in the midst of facing our mountains, we look and there's Jesus, and we're like, Lord, bid me come. Bid me walk out there. And Jesus is like, come on. Come. And he's just waiting for us. I love what Peter did at that moment. Peter didn't say, well, let me get my waders on. Peter just said, okay, come. And he stepped out of the boat. And here's the part I want you to see. Peter walked on water. Jesus walked on water. But so did Peter. He walked on water because he obeyed the Lord. Now, I want to look at what it took for Peter to walk on that water. For Peter to begin, and when I say Peter walked on water, here's what I want you to think. I'm about ready to walk on my storm. I'm getting ready to walk on my storm, whatever that storm might be, whatever that trial that you're going through might be, whatever that hardship is that you're going through, whatever it is that's causing you all of this problem and all of this disconnect and all of this attack upon you, I want you to stop and think, I am about ready to walk on my storm. Because that's what Peter was walking on. Now, you're not out on the Sea of Galilee. You're here in Live Oak. You're having problems with your family. You're having problems with some drugs. You're having problems with your body. You're having problems with the family. You're having problems with your work. You're having problems with it. We could just make a list. But here's what I want you to know. It's no more difficult for God to walk on water than to set you free. It isn't any more difficult for God to walk on the Sea of Galilee and to have Peter walk on the Sea of Galilee than it is for you to overcome your trial and your problem, whatever that might be. And you see, every person in this room has a different one. But it's not any harder for God. It's no harder. Your problem isn't any harder than my problem, and my problem isn't any harder than Peter's problem, and it's not any more difficult than what it was on that day when Jesus walked on water. If you want to walk on water, the first thing I've got to tell you is you've got to get out of the boat, okay? And that means this. You got to leave your comfort zone. The Lord just spoke into my heart. You got to leave your comfort zone. You see, the reason why so many of us have problems is because we've stayed in our comfort zones. We've settled in, and we're comfortable where we are, and we're not going to be challenged. We're just going to stay right here. So the enemy has built around us all of these. You ever watch those old movies where they're in a walled city, and once the enemy surrounds the walled city, they can't get in and they can't get out. And so then they just begin to lob big rocks at them. Right? Everybody seen those? Yeah. I'm a movie buff. I like those old movies. But anyway, so the city's just sitting there, and they're just hunkered down, and they think they're safe, and they think they're comfortable because they're in their comfort zone. And they're just throwing these lobs at them, and they're just taking whatever's given to them. Folks, today, you got to know this. If you want to win this victory, if you want to win this battle, everybody say, who wants to win the battle? Anybody want to win the battle? How many of you going through something and you know you need to win? Yes. Okay, number one, I'm going to leave my comfort zone. Nobody repeated that one. Say it with me.
I'm going to leave my comfort zone.
I want you to declare it. Say, I'm packing my bags.
I'm packing my bags.
I'm gassing the car.
I'm gassing my car.
And I'm getting ready to leave my comfort
And
zone.
I'm getting ready to leave my comfort zone.
I am going to move from where I am. I'm not telling you all to leave Live Oak, okay? I'm telling you this. I'm telling you that you need to get up from where you're comfortable and step out onto the water. Because the miracle isn't in the boat, the miracle is in the water. And the Satan wants you to stay and think, I'm safe and I'm comfortable here. And you know, we all know the end of that story where Peter kind of fell in the water and he looked out and he failed. And that's what we're afraid of. I'm afraid if I get out of my comfort zone, I'm going to fail. If I get out of my comfort zone, I'm going to get a little wet. If I get out of my comfort zone, and some of you would say this, Pastor, I've gotten out of my comfort zone over and over and over, and every time I get wet. You know what the difference is between a success and a failure?